Hello, family. Today, we're looking at the role of a business continuity manager disaster recovery. All right, this is another exciting role and opportunity for you. Now, we're going to be looking at who is a business continuity manager, how much can you earn, how much does this job pay. All right, now we're going to look at how can you get an interview for this job. What is your resume? What is the resume that you can use to clinch an interview for this job? We're also going to be looking at the key responsibilities. We're going to be reviewing the key responsibilities together. All right, let's dive straight into it. Now, who is a business continuity manager? Business continuity manager is responsible for developing and implementing strategies and plans to ensure the ongoing operations and resilience of an organization in the face of disruptions or disaster. What does that mean? If there's been a breach, there's been a disaster, if there's been a disruption, you're the one that is responsible for ensuring that the ongoing operations and resilience of that organization is top notch. That is your job. Your primary objective is to minimize the impact of potential disruption on business operation and to enable a swift recovery. So, for instance, if you own a grocery store or you own a restaurant, if you're a business continuity manager in a restaurant, you want to ensure that if there's a disruption, you are still able to serve your client some food. You still have some food to be able to serve your client. All right. So that is the role of a business continuity manager. Now let's take a look at this company. The name of the company is Exact Science. That's the name of the company, Exact Sciences. Don't forget, this job is 100% remote. All right. How much does this job pay? How much do you stand to gain, or how much is your salary? The saying, this job pays between $105,000 to $168,000 a year. $105,000 to $168,000 a year. That is a very good salary, if you ask me. Now let's take a look at the position overview. Position overview again means that job summary, or means about the role. All right, they use different terminology. You just have to understand what they're saying. Okay, the business continuity manager with disaster recovery experience that combines the supply chain and third-party vendor risk as part of the enterprise business continuity program. Now, two things that I need you to understand there that you need to look at: contribute to supply chain. That's number one. And the second one is what? Third-party vendor risk. You need to understand that. Now, attention to detail on SLAs, MSAs, BIA, AR. These are agreements that you sign with third party. All right. These are the agreements that your company signs with third party. So they want to make sure that you're able to contribute to supply chain and also the third party vendor risk. Okay. Business continuity manager will develop and implement ITDR interruption recovery strategies that strengthens the company technological resilience while reducing business interruption, duration, and cost of returning to business to normal operations following an interruption. Like I've explained before, they want you to be able to implement a resilience that would help them to return back to operation, or that will ensure a smooth operation even in the event of a disruption to their business. Okay, so you can take a look at all the position overview, read it, understand it very well. Okay, it's just very easy to understand. Now, essential duties include but not limited to the following. Means that these are the things that are very essential, but you might still have some more things that you're going to do on the job. Current conditions from an IT infrastructure recovery standpoint. Design, coordinate, and execute BCP. Now, BCP means business continuity plan. That's what it means. And disaster recovery. You're going to design, coordinate, and execute annual test exercise for critical business. It means that the controls that you have, everything that you have in your BCP and DR policy, you want to test it for critical business. All right. Like the example that I used, if you own a restaurant and you want to test your BCP and DR, part of your critical business is how you serve food. So you want to test that. Also coordinate follow-up on lessons as required. Now, after you've coordinated that exercise, you're going to write lessons that you learn from there, yourself and the team and every stakeholder that participated. Now, you're now going to follow up on the lessons that you've learned as required. As simple as that. You're also going to partner with infrastructure and application areas to develop and maintain recovery procedure for tier 1 to 3 business applications. You're going to work with your team to develop a recovery procedure. It means that after you've done the test, after you've coordinated the lessons that you're required, from the lesson you're going to now be able to develop a recovery procedure. And if they have a recovery procedure already, what you're just going to do is to review and update the recovery procedure. This one says develop recovery priorities, timelines, and strategy for proper sequence of recovery components. This is still part of the recovery procedure that you're working on. Okay, this is just part of it. It's another component, another aspect of the recovery procedure. Educate and train IT members in practice of technology risk, disaster recovery, and planning as needed. Like I used to say, every organization, even where I work, we have tools that we use to train our either your security engineers or your software developers, as you want to know them, or you want to train all the staff or the employees. So there are tools that you're going to use to train them. All right. You're going to review existing and proposed plan for recoverability, effectiveness, and identify opportunities for improvement. After you've done all this testing, lesson learned, everything, you're definitely going to have some lessons. You're going to have some recommendations, right? So you want to review existing and then you propose plan for recoverability, effectiveness, and identify opportunities for improvement. It's very, very easy. So everything that you have read here, can you tell me one that is very technical that you cannot do? I don't see any. It means that you can do this job. You can apply for this role because you know that you can do this. And if you know that you have someone who can also do this job, share this video with them. Let them be able to read, because I'm going to be sharing with you the resume that will help you get an interview. All right. And then you can take a look at the rest of the job responsibility right here. Now let's look at the minimum qualifications. They're asking for bachelor's degree. They're asking for 8 years experience. You don't have to have 8 years experience. All right. Some companies, they ask for 15, 10, 5 years experience. If you don't, you can still apply for the role. All right. Don't be scared by what you see in the qualification aspect of all these roles. Now you can read the minimum qualifications in ability to prepare and present, ability to work independently, knowledge of applicable regulatory requirements, authorization to work in the United States, and all that. So you can just read it and then look at their preferred qualification. This is preferred, not mandatory. Not like if you don't have it, you're not going to do it. Now, let's take a look at this one, especially experience with ServiceNow. So if you don't know how to use ServiceNow, there are tons and tons of resources on YouTube. Learn how to use it and add it that you know how to use it because you've learned it. All right. That is the key. You don't have to wait till you know everything or you have experience in everything that they're asking for. If you don't know how to use it, go on YouTube and learn. And before the interview, make sure you know how to use it. That's basically it. And we've looked at the salary range as well. Now let's take a look at the company. Exact Science. What do they do? You can read about the company. This is their leadership. This is their leadership here. So you can read about them. It is very, very important. You want to read about them, and you even want to know their HR team. All right. It is very, very important because you're going to be writing like a cover letter or a follow-up email to the HR team or the hiring manager. Now let's take a look at the resume that will get you an interview, that will at least get you a knock on the door for this job. Now, this is a resume your name, your town, your city, your country, zip code, your phone number, your email, and your LinkedIn. You know, like I always say, if you're gracious enough, you can add your LinkedIn profile, and if you don't, it's okay. This is your professional summary, and these are the skills, all right? Also the experience, accomplishment, and education. These are the requirements, all right? And the experience and accomplishment that will help you clinch an interview for this role. You can pause this video and copy this resume and apply, all right? And if you know you are not interested in this role, maybe you have another job or you don't want to move right now, if you know someone who needs this job, forward this video to them. Let them be able to watch, copy this resume, and then apply for the role. All right, guys, I hope that this has been of value to you. You've been able to understand how to read position overview or job roles or about the company. All right, that will be the end for today. Tomorrow, I will come again with another very exciting role in cybersecurity that is non-technical, that you do not need a tech experience, you do not need a coding skill, or you don't have to have bachelor's degree in computer science. We'll come again with another exciting role, and I'm going to also teach you how to apply and how to do the interview. And then finally, guys, lest I forget, now when you apply for this role and you finally get an interview, make sure you understand everything in the experience. Here, make sure you understand there are two ways the interview will go. Number one is your resume, and number two is the job duties. All right, those are the two ways. All right, now make sure you understand everything in this experience in your resume. That's number one. Number two, make sure you understand the key words in these essential duties. Take a look at what are the things that you have seen that reoccur here. If you see them reoccurring, it means that they want you to know them. Don't forget, when we were looking at these job duties, we were looking at the BCP DR document, how you can test the controls, if they work, what are the lessons that you've learned. Now you can build a story around this, all right? Build a story around it. What did you do before? How did you do it? What are the challenges? What did you learn after that? You can use that to turn that into a conversation with someone who is conducting the interview, and you're going to be more relaxed and more comfortable in the interview room. All right, guys, hope you've been blessed. I will see you again tomorrow with another exciting role in cybersecurity that is non-technical. Stay blessed, guys. Bye.